You know, we've all been there, right? We talk about changing our lives. New year, new me, all that stuff. But how many of us actually do it? We get stuck. We're waiting for some perfect sign, some magical moment that, let's be honest, never really shows up. But what if the secret to real, lasting change isn't about waiting at all? Well, let's dig into that, because the answer is way simpler and a lot more powerful than you'd think.
Yeah, the big trap is just waiting. We're waiting for that perfect time, or for a huge burst of motivation to hit us like lightning, or to magically feel confident enough to start, or, for a little bit of luck to just fall into our laps. We're basically waiting for everything outside of us to change first. But that day, it rarely, if ever, comes.
And that's the whole point, right there in that quote. Life doesn't change because you're waiting around for it. It changes the second you decide. Real transformation, it has nothing to do with what happens to you. It's not about a new year or moving to a new city. It starts with one single internal decision, to just stop waiting and start doing.
And here's the simple truth. Your life changes when you change. It's that straightforward. When you change how you think, how you act, and how you deal with stuff, everything starts moving in a whole new direction. So we're going to break down the 4 essential stages to make that happen right now.
All right, stage 1, the decision. Now this sounds super simple, I know, but trust me, it's the most critical step of all. And this isn't just, wishing things were different. No, this is the moment you stop looking for excuses and start taking full 100% ownership of your life. Right here, right now. And let's get really clear on what responsibility means here. It's not about guilt. It's not about beating yourself up for what happened in the past. It's about recognizing that you, and only you, hold the power to create your future. It's that moment where you finally say, okay, this is my life, I'm the one in the driver's seat.
Just think about the difference for a second. Blame keeps you in the passenger seat, just hoping the driver changes course. But responsibility? That puts you behind the wheel. You're in control. It's the huge shift from waiting for the world to change for you to deciding to change it yourself.
And when you get down to it, taking responsibility is the ultimate act of freedom. It's the moment you stop being a victim of your circumstances and start becoming the creator of your life. You're taking your power back.
Okay, so making that decision is the spark. But a spark is useless without an engine to power you forward. That's where habits come in. Without them, a decision is just a wish. And that brings us to stage 2, building that engine. And this is a total game changer, you guys. So many of us try to run on motivation, but it's fickle, right? It comes and it goes. Habits, though? Habits are reliable. They're the systems that run in the background, making sure you're still making progress even on those days you really, really don't feel like it. This right here is the magic of compounding. You don't need some massive, heroic effort to change your life. You just need small, almost ridiculously easy actions. But you have to do them with relentless consistency. I mean, reading for 5 minutes a day, it feels like nothing. But over a year, that adds up to more than 30 hours of learning. Tiny inputs, when they're consistent, create these enormous outputs over time. It's incredible.
Man, this quote is so powerful. It basically means your big goals don't determine your future, your daily systems do. You fall back to the level of your habits, not rise to your ambitions. So if you want a new life, you absolutely have to build new habits. Your systems will always, always win.
Okay, so we've got the decision, we've got the system. Now we need to talk about the software that's running the whole thing. Your mind, your thinking. It's the compass that guides every single action you take. You know that little voice in your head? It literally shapes your reality. A problem-focused mindset just keeps you trapped, right? You're just circling the drain of what's wrong, asking why me? But a solution-focused mind asks something different. It asks, okay, this is the situation. What's one small thing I can do right now? And that question alone, it shifts everything from being stuck to making progress.
Now, this next idea is so liberating. You are not your thoughts. Think about that. You're the one observing them. Negative thoughts? They're going to pop up. That's just what minds do. But you don't have to believe them. You can see a thought like, I'm not good enough for this, and just let it float by. You don't have to grab onto it. You get to choose which thoughts get your energy. You're in control. It really all comes down to this. You can't build a new life using the same old thinking that created your current one. It just doesn't work. You have to actively question those old automatic thought patterns and consciously choose new ones that actually serve the future you're trying to build. And this goes even deeper than just thoughts. It's about your very identity. That phrase,
"This is just how I am," it's a cage that you build for yourself. So instead, start telling a new story. Something like, "I am becoming someone who is disciplined." And then, this is the key part, take one small action that proves it. Your actions are how you literally rewrite who you are.
And that leads us perfectly into our final stage, where everything really comes together. Because you can have the decision, you can have the habits, and you can have the mindset, but without this last piece, well, nothing actually changes. We have to talk about action.
This right here might be the single biggest trap in all of personal growth. We think we need to feel confident before we can start, but we have it completely backwards. Confidence isn't a requirement for you to act. It's a result of you acting.
Action truly is the antidote to fear. See, fear loves it when you're just thinking and planning and waiting. That's where it grows. But it shrinks the second you take a step, no matter how small. Action is the only thing that quiets that voice of fear and proves to you, hey, you can actually handle this.
And all of this action, it leads to the ultimate prize, self-respect. Every single time you keep a tiny promise to yourself, getting up on time, finishing that one small task, you're sending a powerful message to your brain. I can rely on myself. This isn't about motivation anymore. This is about building the unshakable foundation of a new life.
So the goal is not to live a life without fear. That's impossible. Growth always feels a little scary. The real goal is to learn how to walk with that fear, to see it as a compass telling you you're moving in the right direction, and to act anyway.
So, when you boil it all down, it comes to this. At every single stage, there's a choice, a path to take. You've got person A, who stays stuck in that cycle of blame, waiting for motivation and letting fear win. And then you have person B, who chooses responsibility, builds systems, changes their thinking, and acts despite the fear. Give them a year and their lives will be completely, totally unrecognizable from one another.
And you gotta forget the dramatic Hollywood moments. Forget the loud announcements and grand gestures. Real, lasting transformation doesn't happen overnight in a big explosion. It happens quietly. It's in the dignity of those small promises you keep to yourself, day after day after day.
So ultimately, your life isn't waiting for permission. It's not waiting for the perfect moment to change. It's waiting for you. The real question isn't what you're going to do tomorrow or next month or next year. It's what are you going to do today?